Hello, my name's Robert Dean Steele, and we are reading through the Psalms, and we're looking at Psalm chapter 60 right now. Listen to what David says, and he says this: You have rejected us, O God, and burst forth upon us. You've been anger. But Lord, what we're asking to do is restore us. David was fully aware of the Lord's anger, but he was asking in prayer for Lord's wonderful restoration. You have shaken the land and torn it apart and mend its fractures and what is quaking. He says, Lord, yes, everything that can be shaken is being shaken. But Lord, you are the mender of the breach. You have shown your people desperate times. You have given us wine that makes us stagger. But for those who fear you, you have raised a banner to be unfurled by the bow. So he says, listen, Lord, we understand that your banner is us, and your banner of us is love. Unfurl it at the right time. Save us and help us with your right hand from those your love may deliver. He says, Lord, what we need right now is your help. We need your strength, of course, which is the right hand. And Lord, it is your love that's going to motivate you to deliver us. God has spoken from his sanctuary. In triumph, I will portion out Shechem and measure out the valley of Succoth. Gilead is mine, and Manasseh is mine. Ephraim is my helmet, Judah my scepter. And he's starting to list all these wonderful things, illustrations of the different tribes. But then he goes on to say, Moab is my wash basin. Upon Edom I will toss my sandal. Over Philistia I will shout in triumph. So on one hand, God is elevating and lifting up Israel. On the other hand, the enemy around him is being equated to, well, lowly duties. Then he goes on to say this: Who will bring me to the fortified city? Who will lead me to Edom? That's what he's asking. Lord, we're preparing to take these cities. Who's going to do it? He goes on to say this: Is it not you, O God, you who have rejected us and no longer go out with our armies? This was a deep concern for David, because David didn't want to go into battle without the Lord. Then he goes on to say this: Give us aid against the enemy, for the help of man is worthless. David understood that alliances with ungodly nations would obviously profit nothing. With God, we will gain the victory. He will triumph down or trample down our enemies. He says, Lord, all of this we know. You are the one who's going to give us victory over our enemies. And that's such a wonderful thing to know. We're reading through the Psalms, Psalm chapter 60. My name's Robert Dean Steele. Thanks for spending time with me.